The answers await you in the depths. Take the rune, if you dare.
Season of the Construct has so much going on.
New quest lines, new legendary items, new unique items, new mechanics, challenges, and more.
Season 3 will contain new dungeons called Vaults and have this new boss named Malphas. The new dungeons will be high risk and high reward, will contain lots of monsters and traps, and have new special chests. You will be able to access the new vaults in World Tier 4. There will be open world events and roaming bands of constructs. You will also be able to come across these braziers out in the open world, and you'll be able to collect cores. Once you have enough, you can summon a Herald of Malphas, defeat him, and get more rewards. Ladders have finally been added to Diablo 4. There will be 8 different ladders based on your party size or whether you're solo, and also playing hardcore or softcore. Also, we're getting a Gauntlet where everybody competes in the same dungeon for a certain time frame. For the entire season, you'll get a new construct pet. It will be able to have 2 active skills at all times, out of a total of 12 skills. You will also be able to modify all the skills up to 3 times each, with a total of 27 tuning stones. The construct pet can take on a support or attacking role, however you want to set him up. One of the nice things with the pet menu, you get your own inventory screen, so you don't have to worry about items that drop for him clogging up in your inventory. As you can also see here too as well, you will be able to see all your tuning stones that you can add to each skill to change them to how you want. As you can see here, Bliss shows some footage of how the pet's been customized. It's a lot like some port gems for like another type of game I've played. It's really neat. You can give it more projectiles, you can make them chain, you can make it do all kinds of stuff. We are getting basically a new hub, which is called Gate Hall, where we'll have merchants, portals, access to everything. Pretty much be our home base for Season 3. Next, we have a quick look at the Season 3 Battle Pass.
Player and Destroyer.
Next, I want to give a shout out to
And we said,
Daniel,
wow, those
the
still
lead
don't
season
feel
designer for
rewarding
Blizzard
enough.
for
I mean,
Diablo
we're
4.
asking players to do a lot there. We're asking them
Thanks
to
for bringing
go
us all
into the
this new
boss
great
ladder,
content to
defeat
Diablo 4.
bosses, you know, really invest a lot of time. So we wanted to make sure those rewards felt meaty. And so we added a number of...
Next, we got the big changes and updates to the game coming in Season 3. First thing they go over is the class changes. First is Barbarian. Charge and some key passives are getting some big changes. They wanted to make it feel like you don't have to use every single shout anymore in Barbarian. Next is Sork. They buff Lightning Spear so it can now be a source of vulnerability. They buff some legendary nodes on the Paragon board. Meteor and Elemental Summoner builds will be strong. Rogues, they're still continuing to push all the ranged abilities and making them stronger, and also giving a little buff to Caltrops. For Druid, they're buffing Thorns, Lightning Storm, and Rabies. And last Necro, they are somewhat overhauling Bone Spirit, and they are buffing Golem. As for uniques, they're only showing 2 today. This one's just for Meteor, so it makes it charge up, and you shoot a whole bunch off at once. It's really neat. The next uniques for Druid, it actually lets you charge up your Lightning Storm much faster and shoots them all over the place. I'm actually really excited for both of these uniques. I'm a big sucker for spell builds. The rest of the uniques should be out by the time you watch this because the patch notes are coming out the next day. Adam Jackson, the lead class designer, was talking about how they're moving forward with buffs and nerfs and whatnot. And honestly, I feel like they're doing a really good job with it so far, so I'm not going to go too much into this. Adam also went deep into the class balance going forward, what to expect for season launch, the roadmap, etc. Now on to the quality of life updates. These are huge. This one is wonderful. Helltide is always on. Nobody's going to complain about this ever. They're adding in WSAD movement controls. Asmongold's going to love that. This one's huge. This is going to be really nice. We're getting a skill tree respec mode. I'm really looking forward to this. They are improving gold trading for console players. We're also going to get higher item scaling in World Tier 4, which has been a huge problem. We've always been forced to farm Duriel or the world bosses just to get 925 gear, so I'm curious how this turns out. And last, increased opportunities to earn Beast in the Ice summoning items. Next, Adam's just going to talk about what they need to do, balance and changes, which has to be done, which I agree with 100%. They're going in the right direction with this game.
Where you look on forums or wherever you look for your feedback, and everybody just is playing the same things, and you feel like not everything is viable, right? So in this vein, some of the larger changes that you're going to see in Season 3 that are kind of bug fixes or nerfs, and before a lot during BlizzCon and before we've talked about how you want to give players a heads up of what's coming. So these are the things you're going to see at the launch of Season 3 that are kind of they're having their power lowered. The first one is the Ball Lightning enchantment, or enhancement, sorry, is causing it to deal too much damage, obviously. The rogues have also been getting extra combo points via very specific unique interactions. That's made them very powerful. Twisting Blades, again on the rogue, and Poison Imbue have had some interactions that we're cleaning up that makes it do more damage than was intended. The Druid very recently kind of climbed to the top of the power level in the game due to kind of an unfortunate interaction with Blurred Beast, where you can double dip damage. And really, we've had a couple cases like this earlier in the game, so we're redesigning this legendary power, where you can kind of apply a dot or some effect, and then something else does damage based on the dot, or dealing damage on something else, and then that damage double dips, and then just goes into crazy town really quick. So we're nipping that in the bud. For the Barbarian, the Hammer of the Ancients, the Violent Hammer of the Ancients, which is one of the upgrades that you can get, was always being applied whether or not you had it, and we're cleaning that up. So basically everybody would always take the other upgrade, and then they were getting both. And then Overpower, this is more of an oversight, not a bug, but it was kind of just too strong in general. If you remember when Season 2 launched, we redid all the combat math in the game, and back then Overpower, nobody was really playing it, and then we really wanted to give it some love, and we definitely did. So it's a little bit too strong right now, and so it's just getting toned down.
That pretty much just wraps up the video. The season starts on the 23rd. They're going to show a mount, and they can do Q&A after this. Thanks for watching.
It is a new mount that players can actually earn. This time it's different. Before we only had a select group of streamers. I think it was around 2,000 streamers that signed up and opted in. Now it's for any streamer that streams Diablo 4. Thank you, Twitch, for making the engineering updates to allow for it to be just across the whole entire category. Any streamer that is streaming Diablo 4, if you are a viewer and you happen to be watching them, you can either purchase a sub from them or gift a sub, and to a total of 2. So it could be 1 gifted, 1 purchase, or 2 gifted, and you'll actually end up earning the mount as well. You just need to make sure that your Battle.net account is actually linked with your Twitch account, and you are watching a participating Diablo 4 streamer. It'll note it on their channels and stuff for you to earn that mount. So that is coming, and there'll be a blog later today about that specific Twitch supporter streamer program that's going to be launching with the start of Season 3 on January 23rd. So make sure to check it out, and I believe it's actually going to be running for quite a while, like a month or so.